Welcome back. Now, in this lecture, as promised, we'll be making our next Java project and it is going to be a calculator. Awesome, right? Now, our calculator is a very big program compared to what we have written so far. Now, the best part about this project is that it will use everything that we learned till now. So I believe that this project or this program will be really good to revisit everything we learned till now. So let's get started. Now, whenever we are writing a big project or something that is complex, it is good to break it down into simple steps. Now that is what we call an algorithm. Now an algorithm is basically a step-by-step approach of writing a program. Now, I have broken down our calculator into 4 simple steps. Now they are, you can see right here. First one obviously is to create a menu. Now to create a menu, is a very important part of a calculator because the user needs to understand how he can use it and what are the different things that he can do with the calculator. So a menu is very important. So first step in making a calculator is to create a menu. The second step is that we are going to be making a calculator that can perform operations on 2 numbers. So that means we need 2 variables to store the value of those 2 numbers, which will be our second step. Now, our third step is to actually perform the operation that the user demands. If it is an addition, we must perform that addition. And finally, we will run this program and check if there are any errors. So this is going to be our step-by-step approach. So let's go ahead. Without wasting further time, we are going to create our menu system. Now menu system is basically made with the help of some simple system.out statements. We just gave a nice heading to our program so that the user has a clear idea what this project or this program is about. Awesome. So we have designed our menu. We made this menu with the help of simple print line statements. Now let's take a look by running this. Alright, we have a heading called calculator. An operation list comes up asking which operation the user needs to perform, that is like 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication and 4 for division. And then we ask the user to enter the first number, enter the second number and select the operation which needs to be performed. So basic menu system is done, but this program doesn't do anything because we haven't actually written the code to receive the input. So here's a challenge for you. So I want you guys to go ahead and create 2 variables that will store the numbers entered by the user and create 2 scanners that will receive the input from the user and then give those values to those 2 variables. Now it is a little bit complicated, but if you have followed everything till now, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. And even if you're not, don't worry, I'll be showing you guys how to do this. So pause the video and try it on your own. Because the best way to learn is actually doing things on your own. So I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so we created our 2 variables. Now I made this double data type so that I can handle maximum values. It is perfectly alright if you prefer to use the integer data type. The program will work just fine. Next step is to create 2 scanners. Make sure you import our java.util.scanner because without that, a scanner won't work. Okay, you can see here that we created our first scanner, and our num1 will get the value from our scanner 1. Now this will be our first number. So what this line will do is that it will store the first number value into num1. Now we'll do the same with num2, that is with our second number. Awesome. Now let's run this program and see if everything is working. Okay, enter the first number. So let's enter something. Let it be 5. Okay, enter the second number. Let it be 6. Awesome. So we have completed our second step, that is we have successfully received the input from the user. Now one more input is remaining, that is the operation to be performed. So let's create a third scanner to receive that also. We are going to be needing another variable to store the operation number. So it can be int operation number, operation num. It's integer because 1, 2, 3, 4 are our options. Let's make this slight adjustment in our menu system so that the user has a clear idea what they have to do. Alright, now we'll create our third scanner to receive the operation number. That means to receive which operation we have to perform. Perfect. Now that is also done. So let's do a short recap till what we have done. We created 3 variables, one num1, one num2. Now these 2 variables are to receive the input from the user. We created a simple menu system that will tell the user different functionalities of the calculator and how to use it. We created 2 scanners, actually 3 scanners, one to receive the first number, second one to receive the second number, and the third one to receive the operation which needs to be performed. Awesome, right? Now the first 2 scanners are doubles because the numbers entered by the user are doubles. The third scanner will receive the integer because our operation list will use integers. Simple as that. So till now I hope everything is clear. Now the next step is just performing those operations and bringing out the result. Now this can be done with the help of conditional statements. So let's get started with them. Now, if the operation number, that is if the user enters 1, we had to add the 2 numbers, right? So how can we do that? Quick flashback, I said if the user. Now some of you may have already figured how to do this, right? So go ahead and try it without me. For the others, let's do it together. First step, if the operation number is 1, we must add the 2 numbers. So let's do just that. Quick flashback, I already told that double equal to means that we are not giving it the value 1, we are checking if the value is 1. So you must always remember that 2 equal to means we are actually checking if the left hand side value is equal to the right hand side value. Okay, so if the operation number is 1, we have to actually add 2 numbers, right? So let's do just that. System.out.println num1 plus num2. Awesome. To make this a little bit better, let's just do this. Okay. So what will this block do? If the operation number is 1, it will add the two numbers and print it onto the output screen. Let's see if that is working. Okay, we have an error. Let's see what it is. Oh, no error it seems. Enter the first number. Let's enter the first number. Let it be 5. Enter the second number, let it be 8. Select the operation to be performed. Okay, we have just written the code for addition. So let's check if everything is working. So we'll enter 1. And we got the output result is 13.0. That means everything till now is working perfectly. The user was asked for two numbers, which we entered 5 and 8, and then we asked for the operation. Now from the list, the user chose 1 because he wanted to add those two numbers, and he got the result 13, which means our program is working perfectly. Now all we need to do is just add the rest of the code for subtraction, multiplication, and division. So I want you guys to make use of what we learned in our previous lectures about conditional statements and complete this program on your own. Now if you got stuck anywhere, this is how to do this. Bingo. So what we just did is that if the operation number is 1, we will add the two numbers. If the operation number is 2, we will subtract the two numbers. If the operation number is 3, we will multiply the two numbers. And if the operation number is 4, we will divide the two numbers. Perfect, right? Now remember, we used else if because we want to reduce the workload of Java and reduce the number of comparisons. Okay? So I hope everything is clear to you. Now just to be sure, if the user ends up entering something wrong, we need an else statement to make sure that an error message is displayed. Let's just create an else statement in case the user enters a wrong input. Awesome. So that is also done. Now let's try hitting run. Okay. Enter the first number, 15. Enter the second number, 24. Select the operation to be performed. Let's multiply this. So we'll select 3. 15 into 24, 360. Our program is working perfectly. Now, just to be sure, let's check if the user entered something wrong. That is, he entered a wrong input. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, he entered 6. Now else statement is also working because we got wrong input, select a number from the operation list. So we just made a calculator. That is amazing, right? With no time, you actually made something that is perfectly usable in real life. So congratulations if you made this far. Within no time, you'll be able to write hardcore Java programs. That is all about this lecture. I'll see you in the next lecture where we'll learn more fun things about Java. So until then, take care. I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.